Traffic signals ahead. Crossroads. T-junction. Side road. Staggered junction. Traffic merges from the left. Traffic merges onto the main carriageway. Roundabout. Bend to right. Left if symbol reversed. Double bend first to the left. Right if symbol reversed. Junction on a bend. Symbols may be reversed. Junction on a bend. Symbols may be reversed. Road narrows on the right. Left if symbols reversed. Road narrows on both sides. End of dual carriageway. Two-way traffic. Two-way traffic on route crossing ahead. Forward warning sign. Try brakes after crossing a ford or before descending a steep hill. Steep ascent. Steep descent. Opening or swing bridge. Riverbank or quayside. Watercourse alongside road. Soft verges. Tunnel. Hump bridge. Uneven road. Slippery road. Side winds. Low-flying aircraft or sudden aircraft noise. Low-flying helicopters or sudden helicopter noise. Falling or fallen rocks. Traffic queues likely ahead. Slow-moving military vehicles likely to be in or crossing the road. Slow-moving vehicles. Ice or snowdrifts. Other dangers, plate must be used to indicate the hazard. Zebra crossing. Pedestrians ahead. Frail pedestrians likely to cross. Children going to or from school. Horse-drawn vehicles likely to be in the road. Accompanied horses or ponies likely to be in or crossing the road. Wild horses or ponies. Wild animals. Wildfowl. Migratory toad crossing. Sheep. Cattle. Agricultural vehicles. Cattle grid. Tramway. Warning of maximum headroom of arch bridge or overhanging structure some distance ahead. Warning of maximum headroom of arch bridge directly ahead. Metric. Warning of maximum headroom of arch bridge directly ahead. Imperial. Level crossing with gate or barrier ahead. Railway level crossing without gate or barrier ahead. Electrified overhead cable ahead. Risk of grounding at level crossing ahead. Roadworks. Loose chippings. Stop or give way ahead. Give way to traffic on the major road. Give way to traffic on the major road. Stop before crossing the transverse line on the road. No entry for vehicular traffic. All vehicles prohibited. Plate for vehicles prohibited. All vehicles prohibited from Play Street during the period indicated except for access. Motor vehicles except solo motorcycles prohibited. Motor vehicles prohibited. Solo motorcycles prohibited. Towed caravans prohibited. Pedestrians prohibited. Ridden or accompanied horses prohibited. Horse-drawn vehicles prohibited. Articulated vehicles prohibited. Goods vehicles exceeding an unladen weight of 7.5 tons prohibited. End of prohibition of goods vehicles exceeding the maximum unladen weight indicated in a previous sign. Vehicles exceeding length indicated prohibited, metric. Vehicles exceeding length indicated prohibited. Imperial. Vehicles carrying explosives, such as fireworks, prohibited. Vehicles exceeding width indicated prohibited, imperial and metric. Vehicles exceeding height indicated prohibited, imperial and metric. Vehicles exceeding a gross weight of 33 tons prohibited from crossing the bridge or structure. Buses prohibited. Riding of pedal cycles prohibited. No overtaking. Priority must be given to vehicles from the opposite direction. No U-turns for vehicular traffic. No right turn for vehicular traffic. No left turn for vehicular traffic. Stop, children crossing ahead. Stop before crossing, police ahead. No waiting or no parking. Clear way, no stopping. Controlled parking zone. End of controlled or voucher parking zone. National speed limit applies. Combines the three prohibitions shown, specifies to where it applies and adds the additional prohibition of animals. Additional plate required on prohibited vehicles carrying explosives sign because the sign is not included in the TSRGD. Exception plate for use only with specified regulation signs giving exception for access to premises or land adjacent to the road, where there is no other route. Other exceptions may be shown. Priority must be given to vehicles from the opposite direction. Except for loading and unloading by goods vehicles. Dual carriageway plate. One-way plate. Vehicular traffic must turn left, right if symbol reversed. Vehicular traffic must turn ahead in the direction indicated by the arrow. Vehicular traffic passing the sign must keep to the left of the sign, right if symbol reversed. Mini roundabout, give way to traffic from the immediate right. One-way traffic. Entrance to a 20 miles per hour speed limit zone. End of 20 miles per hour zone. Minimum speed limit of 30 miles per hour. End of 30 miles per hour minimum speed limit. Speed limits are in miles per hour. Northern Ireland only. Maximum speed: 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Speed camera ahead with reminder of 30 miles per hour speed limit. Area in which cameras are used to enforce the speed limit regulations. Speed camera. Average speed check. Supplementary plate informing height limit warning is of an overhanging building. Height restriction, metric and imperial. National speed limits. Supplementary plate used with arch bridge warning signs. Warning of light signals at a level crossing ahead. The sign may also be used at a lifting bridge or airfield. Supplementary plate informing height of overhead cables at level crossing ahead. Information sign for large vehicles informing to phone at automatic level crossing. Information sign for very large vehicles to phone before crossing railway. Direction to telephone at level crossing. Telephone at level crossing. Countdown marker to level crossing. 1, 2 and 3. Supplementary plate warning drivers to not block the level crossing. Supplementary plate at multiple track automatic level crossings warning of a second train. Ungated level crossing. Shared path route for cyclists and pedestrians only. Divided track for cyclists and pedestrians only. Route for use by pedal cycles only. Route for use by tramcars only. Route for use by buses and tramcars only. Contraflow bus lane. Route recommended for pedal cycles on the main carriageway of a road. End of bus lane. Junction ahead leading to a parking place for pedal cycles. With flow cycle lane. Bus lane with traffic proceeding from both ways. Reminder for pedestrians. With flow cycle lane ahead. Parking place for buses only during the times shown. Contraflow bus lane which pedal cycles may also use with traffic approaching from the right. Reminder for pedestrians. Entry to and waiting in pedestrian zone restricted except for loading during the period. End of restrictions associated with a pedestrian zone. Waiting restriction repeater signs within the pedestrian zone. No vehicles allowed in pedestrian zone except for lorries during the period with no waiting at any time. No motor vehicles allowed in pedestrian zone Mondays to Saturdays except for loading from lorries between 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. and between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Waiting prohibited except for loading and unloading during the period indicated. Waiting prohibited except for loading and unloading during the period and in the direction indicated. Waiting prohibited in designated off-highway loading area during the period indicated. Continuous prohibition on loading and unloading. Bay reserved for loading and unloading only. Waiting prohibited in the direction indicated. Upper panel, and loading and unloading prohibited in the direction indicated. Lower panel. Parking place reserved for disabled badge holders only. Parking for all vehicles, with restrictions on length of waiting time and return period. Parking place reserved for voucher parking during the period indicated. Direction to a parking place available only on the day specified. Parking place. Vehicles may be parked partially on the verge or footway. Vehicles may be parked wholly on the verge or footway. End of an area where vehicles may be parked partially on the verge or footway. End of motorway regulations, including the national speed limit in 1 mile. Start of motorway regulations, including the national speed limit. Number of routes reached from a motorway exit road. 10 miles to the next motorway service area. Junction ahead with another motorway. Entrance to motorway service area, or similar facility within the length of a motorway where motorway regulations cease to apply. Motorway junction ahead, displaying the route number and destination reached by taking this route. Route number of the motorway with destinations and distances to places along or reached from that route. Direction to a motorway at the junction shown, indicating route number and destination reached. Entrance to a motorway service area. Availability of motorway service areas ahead with distances. Availability of motorway service areas ahead with distances and names of operators. Leave the motorway for A38 to Mansfield and Matlock, via A615. Continue for the North, Leeds, and Sheffield. Additional traffic lane joining from the left ahead, right if reversed. One-way traffic. Pass either side to reach the same destination. Traffic has priority over vehicles coming from the opposite direction. No through road. Unsuitable for heavy goods vehicles. Unsuitable for long vehicles. No hard shoulder for 400 yards. Location of weight restriction ahead with indication of an alternative route. Leave motorway at next exit. Risk of fog ahead. Proceed with caution. Risk of ice ahead. Proceed with caution. End of temporary restrictions. Temporary speed advised of 50 miles per hour due to prevailing traffic or weather conditions. Lane 2 is closed ahead. Use lane 1 and proceed with caution. Lane 2 and 3 closed ahead. Use lane 1 and proceed with caution. Lane 1 closed. Use lanes 2, 3 and 4, proceed with caution. Do not enter the traffic lane directly below. Both lanes closed. Do not enter the motorway when the red lamps are flashing in pairs from side to side. All 3 lanes closed. Do not enter the motorway when the red lamps are flashing in pairs from side to side. All 4 lanes closed. Do not enter the motorway when the red lamps are flashing in pairs from side to side. 300 yards to a roundabout or the next point at which traffic may leave a primary route. 200 yards to a roundabout or the next point at which traffic may leave a primary route. 100 yards to a roundabout or the next point at which traffic may leave a primary route. Junction ahead of a primary route with a non-primary route through a town or village that has been bypassed. Additional traffic lanes joining from the right ahead. Traffic in the right-hand lane joins the main carriageway. Traffic on the main carriageway has priority over joining traffic. Additional traffic lane joining from the left in 200 yards. Traffic on the main carriageway had priority over joining traffic from the right-hand lane of the slip road. Tourist information. Camping and caravan site 300 yards ahead. Steam railway tourist attraction 300 yards ahead. Picnic area 150 yards ahead. Direction to tourist attraction indicated by a symbol. Direction along a route passing through places of interest recognized by a regional tourist. Direction and distance to a picnic area. Direction and distance to a tourist information point or center. Junction ahead from a motorway exit slip road to the tourist attractions shown. Direction of the route to a tourist attraction for pedestrians. Junction ahead leading to a tourist attraction. Youth hostel 200 yards in the direction indicated. Junction ahead from a motorway exit slip road to the tourist attractions shown. Historic castle tourist attraction 10 miles ahead. Tourist information. Stopping place for buses used for carrying tourists to allow passengers to take photographs. Motorway junction ahead leading to a town or geographical area containing several tourist attractions and a tourist information point or center. Distance ahead to a parking place with a tourist information point, picnic site, public telephone, public toilets and viewpoint. Solid circle, emergency diversion route for motorway and other main road traffic. Solid triangle, emergency diversion route for motorway and other main road traffic. Hollow square, emergency diversion route for motorway and other main road traffic. Hollow diamond, emergency diversion route for motorway and other main road traffic. Diversion trigger sign, main road closed, follow diversion to arrive at the same location. For triangle diversion, turn right. Diversion sign on minor roads or for road works starting to left. Passing place on a narrow road. Lanes bend ahead. Restrictions apply. No vehicles over width shown. Diversion for motorists traveling to destination. Temporary advisory speed limit in miles per hour. Get in lane. HGV use left lane, all other vehicles use right lane. Police accident. Crossroads ahead. T-junction ahead. Side road ahead. Traffic merges from the left. Traffic merges onto the main carriageway. Series of bends ahead. Steep hill upwards ahead. Steep hill downwards ahead. Children. Foggy conditions may exist. Icy conditions may exist. Snowdrifts may exist. Right-hand lane of a two-lane dual carriageway closed ahead. Change of carriageway ahead. Stop. Stop, children crossing. Lorries prohibited. Buses and coaches prohibited. Vehicles exceeding width indicated prohibited. Vehicles exceeding height indicated prohibited. Vehicles and loads exceeding weight in tons indicated prohibited. Vehicles and loads exceeding weight in tons indicated prohibited. Vehicles exceeding the indicated unladen weight in tons prohibited. Vehicles exceeding an indicated gross weight prohibited from crossing bridge. No entry. No right turn. Crossroads. Turn left. Keep left. Roadworks ahead. Ford. Approach direction sign. Junction direction sign. No waiting. No entry. No cycling. Speed limit. National speed limit applies. Parking. Crossroads. Speed limit except built-up areas. Turn right. Turn right. No left turn. Signals ahead. Two-way traffic. Level crossing with no gates. Halt at major road ahead. Slow, major road ahead. Motor vehicles prohibited. Standard traffic light, with 3 lamps. A traffic light intended for bicycles. Wig-wag signal, common at level crossings, fire and ambulance stations.